It's my fault.
With the war dance approaching, according to the protocol...
Please don't blame me.
Who are you?
I'm Liu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded rapidly, and it shouldn't be held against the captain.
Who's in charge here?
It's my fault.
The war, according to the protocol...
Please don't blame this.
Who are you?
I'm Liu Jun. Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin just before arriving, and the Juming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off...
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin near the Luofu, and the...
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. Juming diplomatic ship. You know, with all the outs...
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
I see. It's... maybe I should gather more details from...
You look much...
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble.
What are those people? I mean, those...
Those werewolf monsters are known as Borisin. They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very long time. The Borisin have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster, and the Alliance even had a fierce war with them 3 decades ago. Their presence has faded over the years, but who would...
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Shenzhou Luofu.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. Well, enough with the chit-chat. The General, I'd love to chit-chat.
Is it a serious matter?
Thank you, but it's no big deal. By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission.
I doubt she did it on purpose.
Don't remind me. All right, let's not keep the General waiting.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
Success and failure. This place is so warm. It's like a giant furnace. This place is so warm. It's like a giant furnace.
It's been a long journey, Elder Wyatt. Thank you for your presence.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express. Oh. Well, it's an honor to be in your dreams, my friend. Allow me to introduce you to General Wyatt. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Juming, known as the Flaming Heart.
need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here.
Elder Huayan is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty. Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
It's an honor to meet you, General Huayan.
It's my honor to meet you, General Huayan.
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Lawfu, the same as all of you. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Indeed. There's Don Hung, March 7th, and her. Without their help, I'm afraid the Lawfu might not have easily overcome this crisis.
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Lawfu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you should the chance present itself.
You're more than welcome, General Huayan.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Lawfu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yoon Lee.
It's you!
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already know each other? Guess we don't need any introductions then.
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have trouble finding.
Oh, now you've piqued my curiosity.
She helped me capture the escaped Borisin prisoners at the Starskiff Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you.
Your flying sword? Oh.
Yes, it is. Now,
Nope.
won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just... As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borisin prisoner. But unfortunately, it's... Oh, by the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark...
Hold on a sec, Yoon Lee. You took my sword without even asking.
So much for Lawfu's...
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword, with all due respect, you don't honor...
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords?
Yanqing.
Well, that's more like it.
You two.
Hey! Whose side are you on, Grandpa?
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship. Most notably, the legendary Flame Wheel Octet.
Such grandiose names. Some folks...
Well, everyone, Elder Huai ended up. I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've all...
Please forgive me for coming at an end.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yoon Lee. Take this up.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha. She just arrived in the Lawfu and could use...
Yanqing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detain... See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive.
I'm on it.
This trip is totally worth it. Compared to the But it's a shame the Lawfu sword masters don't... That's how outsiders refer to my peers in the Juming Cloud Knights. We all train under Grandpa's guidance. Just don't mention it in front of Grandpa. He always... Glad to meet you too. Of course. To honor, if you can defeat the ringmaster selected by the Xianzhou, you'll not only win rewards and prizes. Sounds tempting, doesn't it? I have some things to do. Yeah, you're right. I took it with my skin. Besides, the sword seems... I didn't intend to keep his sword. I was planning to take the... I'll give that poor flying sword some proper maintenance. I won't consider returning this, so he can forget about it for now.
Not at all. Yanqing cannot...
This is the report Qingzhu just sent me. Looks like the General has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and... Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, it's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially... well, let's not worry about that for now.
It is the Luofu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing.
You're overthinking it, Jingyuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. However, I have no clue what the Yao Qing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Luofu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yao Qing, she has come specifically for you. Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strike...
That's not true, General Huaiyan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to, and simply disappeared.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yao Qing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message in...
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huaiyan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
Drat. I forgot to ask Yun Li to return my... Unacceptable. Every sword is precious to me. If it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in swordplay. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little... Reserved?
Reserved?
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Zhuming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the Xianzhou Yaoqi.
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an...
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable?
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Saint...
Don Chu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains.
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Luofu? Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves...
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip. But it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the...
Aw, I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Zhuming diplomatic ship has arrived. And rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
An alchemist from the Zhuming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Luofu? Well, it's...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Heng. Now I finally... The General is under tremendous pressure right now. But I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me.
Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you... did I say something wrong?
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone.
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness...
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with... Yeah, exactly. Are you being sarcastic?
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head...
Take caution. Some people may try to blend.
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
That toxic voice sounds familiar.
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with straight up snatching IPC cargo. Just as I've said, I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm keep detaining my cargo and I'll... I was gonna ask you the same thing. Why do I keep running into you? Staying on the Xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the artisanship?
Trouble caused by the IPC? I'd say it's caused by...
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest in Shikwe.
As you know, and this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this...
So, you're Scott. I've heard her mention you. Weren't you
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of cloud...
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a...
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen.
Listen here. Firstly, the stop.
Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Law Fu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way.
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again.
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security.
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery.
biological tissue? Does this...
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination.
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfarer.
Oh, really? Fine. If anyone...
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't... I heard how you helped Aramali. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before...
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry.
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations, too. According to Article 4 of the Cienjo Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC...
Your logic is too confusing for anyone to follow. Maybe you should learn the art of communication from a monkey before you continue spouting nonsense? Hey everyone! Meet my old friend Scott. He's very talented.
Stop it! Let's focus on the business at hand. What's the point in dragging up the past?
Oh, you're amazing! Can you teach me? Which animals can you imitate?
Just forget it. Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property.
I've got a brilliant idea. I'll just smash everything with my bat, and then you can hire someone to assess the damage. That way, your cargo won't need any inspection.
Calm down. The General wants us to handle this peacefully.
So, this is the great idea you came up with? Fine. What? All right, that's enough. I thought you were We've signed a confidentiality and security agreement with the Listen up, kid.
If that's the case, I can...
Oh, really?
Since you put...
Not...
I thought you were reasonable...
Stop him, guys! For the Everlord! Get up, all of you! Why is the IPC even paying you? You're a bunch of
Just be grateful that that little brat showed you mercy. At least your staff aren't. How do you IPC cronies have the audacity to fight Cloud Knights?
Another one?
I may be a bit late, but the good. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ling Shao, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Law Fu.
Could she be?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Xianzhou Ming.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself. It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well,
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't.
Wait a minute!
well, that's more like it. If only the young display. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same. According to the import and export regulations signed between the Xianzhou, since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star count.
Only?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and.
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But, Mr.
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right? Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Bro, just do the inspection.
This lady. Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC!
Turn it off! Oh, how unexpected. That was a surprise.
had no idea about it. You must have accidentally...
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving.
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guest to the...
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological...
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borison attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, as for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be...
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that big guy. I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yenching to be so... Can't argue with that. As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the Lawfu from that crisis. It wasn't a big deal. Really, it's still early. So why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions.
I'd be happy to...
And you three are coming too, right?